Hi guys, Macman here. I'm taking a few of my friends out the weekend. We're going to be shooting some ARs, so I need to do a batch of 223s. They don't have to be super accurate. It's just going to be fun plinking rounds. So I set up my 650 tonight, so I thought I'd just run through it quickly and show you some of the things that I've done. So on the 650 I have done a few upgrades. Obviously you can see the lights are in there and underneath, so that's one of the little upgrades I've done. I've also put in the little roller cam to smooth things out for turning the shell plates. I've also got the little roller on this pin here where it operates the dropping the shells, so that's smoothed it out a little bit as well, so that's a little upgrade. I've also got rid of the primer catcher and I've mounted the tube going down into an old powder can which drops all the primers down in here. And I've also got a mirror up on top which I can see into the case feeder, and it actually tells me how much brass I've got in there, so I can keep an eye on that without having to get up onto a step ladder, because you can see my presses are quite high. So I've got this set up with the Dillon dies. I've got all my brass has already been processed. I processed it through on my 1050 automated system, so it's already been deprimed, it's been sized, and it's been trimmed as well, which I've done all on that. So all I'm basically doing is feeding it and then priming it, and away to go. So all this brass is all pre-done. But what I did find with it, after doing it, I cleaned it, and some of the shells, some of the brass has got some media left in it. So you can see the flash hole there is blocked with a bit of media. So this is all mixed brass. So what I've done, I've just dropped a depriming dye in the first station just to push that media out so it doesn't stay in the flash hole. Second station obviously is the powder measure, nice and full, and I've actually run in tack powder, ram shot tack. So I've been onto the tack or the ram shot website. So as you can see here, Remington 223 ram shot tack, and projectiles I'm using are like the Hornady 55 grain Hornady full metal jacket, and it's got a starting powder charge of 23.2 and then a max of 25.8. So I'm going to go off these measurements because it doesn't give me in my lineman book, it doesn't give me the option for tack. So I've actually gone onto the website and got the exact powder charge off the website, and then it says it starts at 23.2. I've got mine set at 23.9, so just above minimum. The guys are just going to be blowing through these over the weekend, so I'm going to keep it as a fairly low charge, and so they can just go and blow through as much ammo as they want. They can have some fun. Some of my friends gonna do that. So I got like I said, I got the tack in there. The next station is the powder sensor, tells me how much, if I'm over a certain spec or below a certain spec. This little lever comes up and it'll tell me straight away with a beep if I'm over or under. So it's just saved me looking into each shell, into each piece of brass. I can actually set it up there. The next die round is a Dillon seating die, which I'm seating them at 21.95. They're given in the book 22 0.00, so I'm 3 thou underneath, so it's just a touch under the measurement. And the last die is the crimp die, and I'm putting about 4 to 5 thou crimp onto my brass, onto my cases. So you can see the setup there. I'm running these like little Hornady 55 grain bullets. They've got a slight cannula on there, not a lot, but I am crimping it onto that, just to the higher end of that. So there's the setup I got, guys. So I'll put you on a stand and I'll run through, and we'll run through and make some rounds up. Okay, I got you on the stand, and let's run a few through. Sorry, my hand gets in the way a little bit while I just feed the bullet up onto into the die. I just don't want it to fall in, so I just hold it while it goes into the die. As soon as I pull it, as soon as it goes into the die, I can pull my hand away. It's pretty straightforward. I don't run this machine too fast. I like to be able to put about the same amount of pressure as I'm pulling the handle down every time. So as soon as I feel something doesn't feel quite right, you'll know it straight away, because once you get used to how the handle feels, you can feel if it's going to be, if there's a lot more pressure to push it down, you know there's something wrong. So you can stop straight away and check everything. But once you've been running these machines for a little while, you get to know, and you've got to keep an eye on. If you look there, there's a bad piece of brass is caught, so this one's gonna have to go into my bad pile and get pulled. So you can see, just by keeping an eye on stuff, you can pick up little things like that. This must have been done when I was processing the brass. So you can just see that little nick there. So that one's going to be pulled and redone. So I just keep this aside. This will go into the bad batch. And as I find more, hopefully not too many, I'll pull them out. And pull them and reuse as many as the components as I can. I'll just move you now to a different position so you can see something else working. Okay, I've just brought you around to the side so you can see how the powder checker works, and you'll see the powder dropper here all working as well. So as I bring it up, you can see it's closed up into the gap here. Let's move this a little bit more. And as long as it feeds between the high point and 2 points here, it fits in there. If it goes any further, I won't work on that one. Let me just drop this down a little bit. So what will happen is, if it's ever wrong, it'll come up and give you a warning on that. So you can bring this one up. See, it's just on the high end. I could adjust this just a little bit more, just so it sits more, but the beeper's not going off for me. So there's no need to adjust it. You can see sometimes it's on the high side, sometimes it's on the low side. Okay, let's just bring you around the other side so you can see the back end coming through. Let's drop this down a bit. got stuck just a touch. I wiggled the handle and it went through, so something wasn't quite lined up. But it turned out okay. Let me just move this. I'm catching the tripod a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. Just move that a little bit more so I can pull the handle down. So try and keep the same pressure on the handle, and also when you push it forward to set the primer, you want to be feeling a positive stop each time. And like I said, once you've run these machines for a while, you can feel straight away if something doesn't feel right, if the primer's not sitting down correctly, or something is not quite lining up. Let's just catch that, pull it there. Okay, so we'll just, there you go. We're at 1.198, so just under what the book gave me was a 2.200. I've adjusted it a bit close enough. Your tooth out, so you can see that it's pretty good. Let me just see if we do another one. Catch this one. And there you go. This one's at 2.200. So smack on the book is saying. So obviously some of these bullets are just a touch different, but couple of thou out on the length, as long as it's not going too long, not going to be a problem. So hopefully you can see there, it's all feeding through there now. Sorry guys, moving the camera, just bringing you back around to the other side, so you can see it from the other side. Is you get a little bit better view from this side. So now you can hear the buzzer's gone off. So this is the low primer buzzer. So we can pull that out. And I'll show you how I do my primers. So the primers I'm using today, guys, are the Federal small rifle number 205s. And then I'm using the Dillon primer tool. So you can see I've got the primers in there. Let's switch this on, it's going to get a little bit loud. Let's see how this works for me. Every now and again one gets hung up, you just give it a little bit of a shake and they drop back in if they build up a little bit too much. Attach it to the lights and attaching it too much. So it's a pretty decent tool for doing the primers. Saves doing it by hand, speeds the whole process up. It's almost empty there. There's just a couple left in there. And then just pull the tube out. So the tube is out. I can bring this over to the it just sits on there. I got to pull the pin, but no, I'm holding the camera on doing this, so I can't do this all in one go. So just bear with me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I couldn't hold it with all the hands. So with the tube, then you just get the warning bar, whatever that is. Drop that back down, and there you go. That's sitting there, ready to go, full tube. Still got plenty of powder left, and then you can see there's still plenty of cases left in the feeder. So there you go, guys. There's my setup of my 650. And hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next. Thanks, guys.